All right. Just trying to get everything organized here. There we are. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody tonight? I hope everybody is doing well. Uh, I, I got to tell you guys, before we get into the video, before we even talk about anything else, it just, I got to tell you what, some of these comments that I get, some of these replies or statements that I get is just absolutely amazing. It's amazing. I got about what, almost 3,700 videos out there. Hey, Philip, how you doing from the land down under? Um, it just, and then people will come on and tell me what I should do, how I should do it, and I'm just like, oh my God. And then, I got to tell you, I will always go and I will look at their channel because obviously, some of these people are experts at things and how to do things and how things should be done. So I go to their channel to look for their wisdom. I do. I want to see their wisdom, but it's amazing. It is amazing how many times there's no icon picture, not one video, but yet they're going to tell me how I should run my channel. I just think that that's awesome. So it's quite amusing, to be honest with you. You have to laugh because otherwise your other option is to like take your head and just bash it against the wall. So that's yeah. I unbelievable. So anyway, so before we get started in this, I just wanted to share that with you because it is it's maddening sometimes, to be honest with you. So all right. Before we get into this live stream, I just want to remind everybody, very family friendly oriented channel. Please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. I had somebody complain about that I said that in the beginning of my live streams. She goes, we're not children. Well, I will tell you, whoever that woman was that said that, some of you act like children. So that's why I say it in the beginning of every one of my live streams. So that way, when they get kicked out because they act like an idiot by JJ and the rest of the crew, uh, they have no reason to say, well, I didn't know. Well, yeah, you did because I say it right in the very beginning of every one of my streams. So it is just unbelievable. So anyway, yeah, just let's be decent. Let's have a nice chat. Let's enjoy each other's company, and we will go from there. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing good. I hope your week has been good. I know a lot of us this week are experiencing unbelievable sticker shock with the way that the prices of gasoline went up this week. I hate to think what it's going to do next week. If we cut off, and I want you to think about this, guys, the amount of oil that we ship in here in the United States from Russia, if we cut off that supply of oil, we need to get it from someplace else. Uh, and the prices of barrel of oil have just gone exponentially higher, as you guys know. I think it's north of 110 a barrel. Actually, I'm gonna look real quick, so I don't want to misquote what I'm gonna say here. So hold on, I will see where we're at right now with oil, and a couple points we're definitely going. Somebody says 115. Okay, I'm just going to double check because I've already at this point. Might as well look at it. Of course, it's going super slow. All right, here we go. All right, let's see. Yep, 115 was up $7.33 today. So basically, what's going to end up happening? Hey, Asif, trolls give the mods too much practice at kicking. There might be drafted for a kicker in the NFL. Yeah, right. JJ's got to be ready. He's ready to get kicked 60-yard field goals. JJ is. So, but anyway, that we're gonna look back, and like I said, I told you guys that we're at 419 now for gas here. We're gonna look back fondly. I feel, unfortunately, is 419 and go, man, I wish it was 419 again. It's just gonna go. It's gonna continue higher. So Are things being manipulated? Are people being taken advantage of with this whole situation? I absolutely believe that they are. I absolutely believe that they are. It's just there's games being played, and we're the chumps. We're always the chumps in these games. We're the ones that are going to eat it no matter what. I was saying to a lady yesterday when I told you guys and I went and got gas yesterday, and I'm like, gas is it's just is ridiculous and stuff like that. And I said to her, I said, you know what the worst part is? I said we will sit here and we'll complain about it, but there's nothing we, the average citizen, can do about it. Nothing we can do about it. Be unhappy, complain. Oh my God, this sucks. What are we going to do? And we just watch those prices go continuously higher. Uh, Absolutely a manipulation, in my opinion. It's all games. It's always everything is just a bunch of games, and they're squeezing us, squeezing us, squeezing us, and it's just not stopping. And unfortunately, I think that we're in for some much, much rougher times moving forward. I don't. It's hard to say what's going to happen. Okay, but what we're seeing right now is a very slow decline. It's a rolling down this hill, and it's picking up momentum. You look at the last 2 years, and it's just been progressively getting worse and worse and worse with everything, with mandates and control mechanisms and permission, to be able to go in here, you better have this and all these type of things. And it's just like, and I honestly am shocked that more people aren't like, screw you. You're starting to see it more now. You're starting to see it more now. But somebody's saying congratulations on the new channel, Angry Prepper. What, he started another channel? But Steven says Russia pulling out everything, bombing like crazy. Well, like I said, that's what you would normally do in a war situation. You beat your enemy down, and then you go in. Oh, he started a fitness channel. I heard he was going to do that. Yep, I did hear he was going to do that. Well, that's good. Yeah, because he's such an angry prepper is in such horrid shape. Terrible. He needs to have some fitness. I'm kidding. You guys seen Angry Prepper? Angry Prepper is a beast. He's a big boy. He is definitely in shape. So, uh, yeah, but gas was 25 cents a gallon when I was in high school. Oh, I remember it being very, very cheap. And then the 70s came and you had the oil embargoes and all that type of stuff. And then it was like you couldn't get gas every other day, depending on what your license plate number was. And yeah, it was all that type of thing. And then you were limited what you could get per day. Crazy, absolutely crazy. What do we got? 592 in the chat, guys. We're at 186 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. And I thank you ahead of time. I do appreciate that. It really does help with algorithms as well. So I thank you for that reason as well. Uh, it just helps push us up higher in the rankings, and it's better for the channel. So thank you for doing that. I do appreciate that. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right. So again, any questions you guys have, something you want to have stand out to me, all cap locks in the comments. It makes it easier for me to pick it up when we get, a decent sized crowd in here. It's a little tougher. I'm trying to talk to you guys, and then I'm trying to like peek at the side and see stuff. So it makes it difficult. I see 234. It's up to 252 here now. Mom's doing good. Yep, mom is doing fine. She had that one bout this year with COVID and got through it and no issues, and she's fine. So that's just we just have to keep. New York probably has never seen 25 cents a gallon. Well, our taxes on the gas are pretty high. They're absolutely pretty high up here. So, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know what they are. And it always amazes me about this. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Talk about the taxes on gasoline. That's a lot of money if you figure per gallon. So any of us go to the gas station at any one point in time. I mean, I got a 30-gallon tank on my truck. So you're talking, that's a lot of gallons of gas. That ends up. That's why when it gets down to about three quarters, I fill it up because I'm like, this is getting. There's no way. It's crazy. But that tax that what are they doing with all that? Is there anybody ever holding them accountable to what they're doing with that money? That would be something I would be interested in. I mean, because of course they tell you it's going for this or it's going for that, but is it really? That's just a question that I would have. But anyway, with everything that's going on, like I said, I mean, who knows what's going to happen moving forward? Like I said, it's just it could be a huge bam, and we're all going to be like, "Holy crap, didn't see that coming," or it's going to continue to be a slow erosion, which is what is happening now. Uh, you know, the thing that like I said, I've always been concerned more than anything else is a grid down situation. I've talked about that a lot of times. You guys know that. I've talked about that quite a bit, and it just that to me is probably more concerning than anything else. And it is something that people don't think about. Obviously, it's not something that is paramount on their minds, but it should be. And it's just you know when the news media is starting to really talk about it, when they are doing drills to do a grid down situation, you better be paying attention. You better be paying attention because it's I just in my gut feeling, I feel that that's coming. That's going to be that's going to be the thing that happens to us next. Now, who does it, right? You know, um, who does it? Would it be? And I was going to tell. I had to take out a small mortgage to fill up my truck the other day. It's ridiculous how expensive things are. But like I said again, what are you going to do? Oh, I can't wait to have to drive back and forth to West Virginia. I hate to think what that's going to cost me. So last year, when I would drive down to West Virginia, and that was at what, three something a gallon, I think then. You were looking at it's about $100 one way to drive down. And then when I took the camper down, oh my God, that was a $200 trip just the way down with the camper. So I hate to think what it's going to be now on my next trip down to West Virginia, but you know, I'm so glad I don't have a job where I have to drive 60 miles a day. Love the job, but I'll tell you what, I used to commute. It was a 50 miles one way every day. Yeah, and I hate to think what that would run in gas. I mean, and even with the prices of things going up and people getting more money, it's just still it's absolutely crazy. Cutting edge preparedness 379 in southern West Virginia. I'll take that. I'll be happy with that. Are you kidding me? That's 40 cents a gallon cheaper than here. Almost 50. It is 50, right? 79. No, 30. It's 30, 40. Going brain dead. Sorry, guys. But anyway, what again? What can we control this situation, right? What can we do? As we watch things continue to disintegrate, as you watch food prices continue to go up, and there's something you need to think about as well. Okay, the cost of food is high as it is right now. Hey, mountain kayaker, Biden imports 600,000 barrels a day from Russia, and it isn't even as clean as oils we have been getting from here. Yeah, isn't that fun? Isn't that nice? Think about that. Take that away. How are we replacing that? How are we replacing that? We should be doing our own drilling, 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 and just keep going. Asa says I predict $7 to $8 a gallon by August, and seven eggs. Well, we'll do the eggs later, Asif. But then thank you for the donation, and it wouldn't shock me, to be honest with you, if it was like that high. It really wouldn't. So they're trying to force us out of vehicles. That's what they're trying to do. It's part of the game. It's all part of the agenda. But when you're looking at fuel prices going up the way that they have gone up, all right, when you're looking at that, the problem is when the transporting the food prices are going to go up even higher because it's going to cost more to transport everything because the gas prices are going up. So that's going to be trickled down to us every freaking time. So you're looking at a situation where if you think food is expensive now, hold on to your hat. It's going to get worse. Like I said, when we go, when can we expect cyber attacks, if at all? I got to tell you right now, cyber attacks are happening every single day. But a lot of these companies are not reporting it out to the public because they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know. I recently just heard last week there was a system that was attacked and was down for most of a day. And I won't say which system or who said it. I'm not going to say that, but you didn't hear that in the news. You didn't hear it in the news at all. So they're not sharing all that information with you because, again, when you continue to have these attacks, it compromises the integrity of everything, and it makes people afraid. It makes them scared, obviously. And so, you know, Baskin Robbins closed today due to a cyber attack. Somebody just said that. Okay, I had not heard that. Like I said, it doesn't surprise me, but cyber attacks, guys, are happening constantly. They're not stopping. So there's people out there looking to disrupt things. You look at Anonymous right now. Anonymous is going, the hackers are going after Russia, right? The cyber people are going there to mess up their stuff. But those things happen all the time here every single day. So you're going to continue to see those things happen. But, you better batten down the hatches, because if you think things are bad now, I truly believe this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. If they can control exactly what we're doing, where we're going, how we're doing it, who we're doing it with, that's what they want. There's that whole thing in China that they're doing, the digital credit score, I think is what they're doing. So if you have if you are an insurrectionist, let's say, if you are somebody who talks out against the government or does anything like that, they are limited where they can travel, what they can do, where they can go because of that. So that's what China's doing. Rest of these countries, they want to do that too. That whole passport thing that they were doing here in the United States, they were trying to get off the ground, guys. That was not about, and strictly, again, let me just say this ahead of time, okay? My opinion, it's about control. It's not about your safety. It's about control. So those are things that you really got to pay attention to. The social credit score is not just a matter if you have good credit or bad credit. It's about, how big of a threat you are. Who are your associates? Who are you hanging out with? They're going to be going and checking everybody's social. They do it now. They go back and, like, somebody's wants some kind of a job or whatever. And 20 years ago in high school, he said something stupid, which he shouldn't have said anyway, but he put it on social media or whatever the case may be. And now that's coming back to haunt him. I always, like with my daughter, she was starting to post some stuff when she was younger, and her and I sat down and we had a discussion about it. And she said, well, Dad, she said, are you just saying this to me not to do it because it's against what your views are? I said, absolutely not. I said, even if you agreed with my views, you have to be careful. I said, because at this point in my life, I could give a crap less. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm almost 57 years old. So what do I care? But she's just starting her life, just starting her future career, whatever. She doesn't even know what she wants to do 100% yet. No child does, not at that age. But what you post and what you say can affect everything in your life moving forward. So that's something that and as parents, I would encourage you all to talk to your children about that. And if you're out there posting a lot of stuff on social media, I would advise you to be very, very careful. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos where there was up in Canada. Hey, Xavier Smith, thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. There was somebody who was posting in support of the convoy, all right? And the police showed up to talk with her. Do you remember that one? I don't know if anybody's seen that video, but that video was out there, and the lady recorded it. And she's like, well, why are you coming to talk to me? Well, we're just trying to give you the information of, about this and that and the other thing. They're watching, guys. People like Bill Gates, they're giving all that information to whoever they want to give it to. So, if you are considered somebody that is a threat, they may come and give you a visit. As you guys know, okay, we'll use Angry Prepper as another example, because on January 6th, he was down in Washington, D.C., and he's affiliated, obviously, at that point in time, he was still a firefighter in New York City. They came and talked to him. They came and talked to him. He had nothing to do with trying to go into the Capitol building. He was there, not at the Capitol building, but he was there in Washington, D.C. So he had, because he's a public figure and he's out there in social media, they came and paid him a visit. That's why, like I told you guys so many times, you will never see me at any protest. I'm not going to be there for that. I'm not going to do that, because it can turn south very, very quickly. Bad things can happen. And if you were at the right place at the wrong time with the right people, you can get jammed up. You look at what happened to a lot of folks that got caught up in the moment, thought, yeah, we're going to go into the Capitol building, okay? And a lot of them are sitting in jail still. You do no good to your family, to your friends, or anybody else by sitting in a jail cell. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't help anything at all. So, again, what I would encourage all of you to do, again, you have the right to say what you want to say and speak your mind and stuff like that, but they're being very restrictive on all these different platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, obviously. You have to really be careful what you say, or they're gonna hammer you, and that's what they do. So, I mean, it's happened to me. I've had two strikes, two different times, where I had a week suspension each time. And the way it works, so I explain this to you guys so you understand. If you get a strike, you can't post, you can't live stream for 7 days. So there's nothing you can do. You can appeal the strike, but even though both of my strikes that I got was my opinion, I was given my opinion. They said the first one, I was spreading false medical information, right? Because that was to do with this, right? So they were saying I was spreading false medical information. So I'm self-censoring, if you will, from that point on. There's plenty of other things to talk about other than this. People are going to figure that out all on their own. But the second time, I was asked my opinion on the election, and I gave my opinion what I thought. And so they said I was spreading false information. I'm like, how is my opinion, when I appealed the thing, I said, how is my opinion spreading false information? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So you have to be very, very careful what you're saying, how you're saying it, what you're putting out there, because they're watching. They're watching. So that's the thing that I want people to truly understand. You dance along this tightrope. And I'll tell you what, I've done some live streams, and I've done some videos where I've sat back and I'm like, okay, man, did I go too far on that one? Did I talk too much about this, that, or the other thing? And I watch and I see, and I'm like, okay, we get through the first 24 hours and I haven't taken it down, then I'm okay. But again, I mean, that's what happens. And you have to be very, very careful with that. So, again, they're trying to gain more and more control over all of our lives. Hey, Xavier Smith. AB 1939 in California bill being voted on in the 13th. No one knows about this in California. If it passes, no jab, no work or school. This is big. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. California should be really, really careful. Thank you for that information. I did not know that. I had not heard that. Thank you also for the donation as well. But Ed, already a social credit score through that censorship. Oh yeah, it's always censorship. Again, it's if you're going along to get along, then you're a good boy or you're a good girl, and you can go ahead and you can do this and you can do that, and if you don't cause any problems, then you're fine. But the minute you start bucking the system, if you will, then you are labeled a troublemaker. You're a troublemaker. And if they can't bring you into tow and bring you back into line, then they're going to do what they got to do. And again, those are things that we really need to pay attention to. Guys, we just hit 1,000 people in the stream. but we're only at 374 and a thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate that ahead of time. Thank you very much for doing so. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithms, so I thank you for that reason as well. And it, like I said, it just pushes us up higher in the rankings with YouTube, so I appreciate that. Also, again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you ahead of time for doing so. But anyway, like I said, they're trying to, like I said, again, this is my opinion. If you look at all the things that are being done, all the bills that are being passed, it's more and more and more draconian control of our lives, dictating. There's a big talk about a push towards a digital currency, right? If you go like what a lot of times at Walmart, we'll use Walmart as an example, and they have the self checkout lines, and I don't hardly ever use a self checkout line because I don't work there. That's the way I look at it. And plus, it's taking a job away from somebody else. But a lot of those self checkouts, even in grocery stores like Tops and Wegmans and those type of stores, a lot of them only will take a card. They don't take cash. So again, what happens is, and here's another thing I want you to think about. So you got your discount card that you got. Like I have my Wegmans discount card. I have my Tops discount card because you swipe it and you save yourself a little bit of money on your purchases, right? Exactly. So that's a wonderful thing. And you're thinking, that's great. But what you just did, especially if you're not paying cash, if you're paying on a card or whatever, everything's monitored. So they know exactly what you buy, what you're buying, what your patterns are. And then maybe in the mail, you get a coupon thing gearing right towards what you want to buy or what they're trying to steer you to buy. So again, it's another form of control. So a lot of times what I do strictly cash. Hey, Mountain Kayaker, our politicians are puppets of Klaus Schwab and the WEF and New World Order. He will destroy us. The politicians are definitely not the ones in control. I believe with, that, like I said, again, that's strictly my opinion. Thank you very much for the statement. And thank you for the donation as well. Yeah, I don't think the politicians are in control. Big business, in my opinion, runs the world. Big business runs the world. When you have, and I'll use this individual again. Let's talk about Bill Gates. All right, we have the Bill Gates Foundation, and but you're not hearing a lot of bad things in the newspapers. Oh yeah, because he donates to so many of these newspapers, so they're not gonna. You don't bite the hand that feeds you, so they don't have bad things to say about him, right? So you don't hear anything about that. But the problem is with that is Bill Gates has got a lot of influence, especially when it comes to these type of things, right? He's in the group talking about that and what's going to happen. He just recently said, "Yeah, there'll be another pandemic," and if Bill Gates said that, I would guarantee that most likely that is going to happen. Wouldn't shock me in the least bit. All right, you look what's going on all over the place right now. You've got the bird flu going on. There's so many things happening that if it can be maddening trying to keep up with it. Really can be. But again, hello baby girl. You know, it's yeah, because Bill Gates will make sure there is. Well, and I want you to think of the key thing with a lot of these things, guys. When the politicians are pushing something, this is research that any of you guys can do. Any of you guys can do this. When these politicians are pushing something, see where their money's invested. See how much money they got invested in Big Pharma. See how much money they have given in donations from Big Pharma. And that's going to tell you a lot of where they stand and what's going on with that, because a lot of them are bought and paid for, those politicians. Hey, Pam in Wonderland, Bill Gates is Satan. Well, thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for that statement. I don't think he's a good guy. I don't necessarily believe he's Satan. I just don't think he's a very good person. It's all about the money. You have to follow the money with anything that's going on. Follow the money. You follow the money. You see where that money's being funneled. Who's making money off of these things? Okay. And the last time I checked, Bill Gates had nothing to do with, medical stuff. He has no kind of medical degree, any of that type of stuff. He doesn't have any of that. So how are we listening to him as an expert on pandemics and infections and vaccinations and stuff like that? How does that even work? How is that even possible that we would sit down and listen to him and take credence to anything that he had to say? Doesn't make any sense to me. But he gets that for him all the time because he's got big money. Look at how much money, look at how his wealth increased from the start of this pandemic to now. And that'll give you a very big indication who's making money off of this. Think about that. Pay attention to it. Those are things you should absolutely be paying attention to. So, really quickly, guys, I'm going to just mention my website now, get it out of the way so that we can continue to have a good discussion. And it's over with. My sale is going to be over on Sunday on my website, preppernurse1.com, with the legacy freeze-dried foods. So if you go to my website, preppernurse1.com, if you click on store, it will drop down. You will see Legacy Foods. You click on that, it will take you to the store within the website. You can save yourself 20% on a purchase. Bush Doctor Survival. Speaking of money, here's gas money for the bike. Well, only a gallon. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Every little bit helps. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. But again, you can save yourself 20% on your Legacy freeze-dried food purchase by using the discount code 100,000 subscribers, and that's the numerical 100,000. Definitely take advantage of that. It is GMO-free. It is vegetarian. There are beef and chicken options that can be purchased separately. It is also the largest portion size of any of the other freeze-dried food companies. It is also made in the United States, and there are gluten options for people that need that as well. It's a good product to have, obviously, and I'm going to show once again, just so that I'm not just saying, I have it in my own preps. Okay, so that is something that I think you should have. It's a good thing to have, and so definitely take advantage of that. It should be a diversified preps, what you should have, but having that, it's lightweight, it's easy to carry if you had to bug out. So definitely take advantage of that. Okay, that sale will be ending Sunday, midnight West Coast time. All right, so that's and then we also have the Forefathers, which is a CBD and hemp store as well. And so that is, if you go again to my website, you will see their logo. If you click on that, it will take you to their website. If you decide to make a CBD or hemp purchase, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1 over on their website, and you'll save 15% over there. All right, so take advantage of that. The last thing about my channel, we have the Prepper Nurse 1 community, which is a resource that we set up for you guys to be able to connect with like-minded people. It's free to join. You do have to register, but no credit card information is asked. Go in, check out the message boards, look for people in your state or your country to be able to connect with like-minded people. So something else you should take advantage of. So just putting it out there. That's it. Done with the advertising thing. I know I'm getting a lot of people complaining about that, but hey, when I'm having a sale, I'm going to put it out there just so people know. And so anyway, it's almost over, and then we won't run one for a while. It's not like I run one every week, so anyway, but so again, I know I've talked about this a lot, and I will continue to talk about this. Control what you can control. I'm going to absolutely tell you guys to continue to prep, continue to get ready. Like I said, gas prices are absolutely going to continue to go up. I don't see them coming down anytime soon. If we cut off, and somebody had mentioned in here earlier, we get 600,000 barrels a day from Russia. 600,000 barrels a day from Russia, right? So who's funding his war right now? We are. Well, we're one of the countries that's funding his war. Now, right now, I did mention 85 million barrels of oil sitting out in the ocean where they're not being able to be delivered, which is about what, 10 billion, I think, $10 billion for them. So that's a lot. That's a lot of money just sitting there that they can't do. Okay, but why would we have not cut them off? Because if we do that, our gas prices are going to just go right even higher. So if they do that, better be ready for the blowback, because unless we replace that someplace else, we're going to be in big trouble. You know what I mean? We're going to be in big trouble. So just control what you can control. Take care of the things that you need to take care of. Food is going to be huge, and I've talked about this probably for better than 2 years. I've talked about food, saying get stocked up. It's never going to be cheaper than it is right now, and I'll say it again right now. And as expensive it is right now, it's never going to be cheaper than it is right now. It's only going to get more expensive. So the more that you can put away and get stocked up, the better off you're going to be when we get into a situation where, oh crap, we're in big trouble, and what are we going to do then? So, but those are things that we got to pay attention to. We just got to, again, controlling what we can control. These lunatics, they have a plan, and I've talked about it many times. They're not stupid. They know exactly what they're doing. They know how to manipulate people. I mean, you see it every day, guys, in the media, in the news. You are fed what they want you to know. I don't care what country it is. I don't care if it's Russia. I don't care if it's the United States. I don't care if it's the UK. I don't care if it's Canada. You know, there is a spin put on things geared towards whatever they're told. You look in Canada, the news agencies up there are highly supported monetarily by the government. So, do you think that they're going to go out there and have objective reporting, or are they going to have biased reporting based on what's going on in Canada? You think that's going to be the case? Same thing here in the United States. Do you think that there is unbiased reporting going on, or is there an agenda pushed towards a certain way? Where we don't like this person for whatever reason. So, like one of the latest ones right now is Joe Rogan, right? So they went in and they pulled out an old podcast and said, well, he used the N word like 20 times in old podcasts, but he wasn't using it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't used in a derogatory term, uh, you know. But this is what they do. They'll pull out something from your past and say, well, look, see, he's a misogynist, he's a xenophobe, he is a homophobe, he is, white supremacist, whatever title they want to put on you, because, that's what they do. And they'll try to get rid of you. They try to get you dismissed, gone. And that happens all the time. It happens all the time. And that's sad. That's sad that is okay to do. But it's not okay to do. But that's what's done. That's why, again, I will tell you, please be careful. Hey, Pam in Wonderland, what would happen to Trump-Russia collusion? Or what happened to Trump-Russian collusion? Hold on a second. Read the rest of that. But we see who was in bed with Russia clearly. Yeah, well, of course, they never were able to, without any certainty, ever prove that. That was, and actually it was shown that was not the case. You know what I mean? But of course, at the time, if you went on a social media network and said this is not the case and this is what it is, then you were going to be attacked. It's unbelievable how that works. So, and yet old videos of Biden using the N-word in a derogatory manner is okay. Exactly, JJ. And that's what amazes me. That's what amazes me. It's okay. Well, because he's a Democrat, so he can go ahead and do that. Didn't you know that? There's different rules. It is amazing to me. It really is. And it's how gullible people are. Obviously, if you look at Biden's past record, Biden is a racist. If anybody's a racist, Biden is a racist. So, but what do we got here? Oh, BlackRock. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I hope BlackRock comes and buys my property. I'll be honest with you. You know what? Do you guys know about BlackRock? What BlackRock does? They're buying residential properties up, and they're paying more than they're worth, is what they've been doing. Okay, and the problem is they're not renting them out; they're just holding on to them. There's a lot of weird stuff going on with it. Hey, the missus, head on a swivel with cyber attacks. Our entire hospital system phones were down yesterday, including all doctors' offices and clinics. Nothing on the local news. Thank you very much. Somebody else gave me some information similar to that recently, and it was the same thing, but it wasn't yesterday. It was a couple days back. Thank you very much for that information, and thank you very much for the donation as well. These cyber attacks, guys, they're not stopping. They're continuing. So again, very scary stuff. So guys, we're over 1,000 people in the chat again. We're at 565 on the thumbs up. Let's see if we can get that jumped up there. I don't even know what to set for a goal because we still got like another 40 minutes to go in the stream. But let's say 1,000. Let's go for 1,000 thumbs up because we got over 1,000 people in the chat. So let's use that as a benchmark. Let's try to get up to 1,000 thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, so basically if everybody in here shot a thumbs up that's in here now, we would be there. So if you have not done so, please do so to show support for the channel, and I thank you ahead of time for doing so. Also, it really does help with the algorithm, so it pushes us up higher in the rankings with YouTube because of that as well. So, and also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon, and for all notifications as well. So thank you ahead of time for doing all that. The VA system was completely hacked today. They had to shut it down. Wow. Yeah, and again, guys, these things are going on constantly. What I also want you guys to think about is this, okay? And we've talked about, the beer's getting long enough now where I play with it more. So just so you know, that's why I'm always touching my face. Just, it's getting to that point. So, but anyway, it's just a weird, not even thinking about it habit that I do. But I want you guys to think about this too. How porous has our borders been even before this last year? We got what I think somebody said we've had 2 million people come into the country in the last year alone. Okay. Now, what I want you to think about, these are not all our border, our southern border. Yeah, I got to get beard butter. I know it's starting to get out of control, and I got to definitely get something to keep it more in control. The number of people coming across the southern border from Mexico into the United States, it's not all people that are looking for a fresh start. It's not all people that are, looking to, make a decent living, send money home, all those type of things. Some of those people that are coming across have bad intentions for the United States of America. There are those people coming through there, and they're getting through, and they know how to get through. These people are not stupid. Again, and people underestimate things all the time. These people are very organized. They're not stupid. They have very bad intentions for the United States. So if you want to call them sleeper cells, excuse me, or anything like that, they're there. They're coming through. And with whatever given signal or whatever time, they're going to come in and they're going to do what they need to do when they need to do it. Again, a coordinated attack on our power system. I've said it many, many times. Our power system, our grid is our Achilles heel because we are so reliant on that power system, on that grid. That is our weak spot. We have become soft. We're not used to having a hard time. We're not used to struggling. And so that is the problem with a lot of that right now. And so people need to think about that too. If there is a coordinated attack by bad actors, we're going to be in deep, deep trouble. And the average citizen, I want you to think about this, guys. I'm sure that most of the people that are watching this stream tonight, you're probably preppers, you're probably off-gridders, you're in that mindset of a survivalist type of mindset. So you probably are able to protect yourselves and be ready to defend yourselves and protect your families and stuff. I'm assuming, okay? And we should never assume, because when you assume, that's not a good thing. And you know how that word spells out, right? A-S-S-U, me. You make an ass out of you and me. Yeah. So that's what happens when you assume. But I'm going to take a guess and say that the majority of the people watching this stream are prepared to defend themselves, to defend their families and stuff. The average citizen is not. The majority of our citizenry is not ready to defend themselves. We have a lot of very weak-minded people in this country that if bad actors came in and, you look what happens with any kind of aggressive act that happens in this country. Very few times, other than like that one church in Texas where they took out the bad actor, and that's happening more and more. You're having a lot more of these churches that are having armed security in the church, which is sad to think that you would have to do that, in a place of worship. There was just, what was it in Pakistan? Was it in Pakistan today? At a Shiite mosque, they had a suicide bomber came in there, killed like 57 people, and injured like 190 people during prayers. So these things happen. Um, you have people that have bad intentions. That happens constantly. All right. Most people do is either run or they hide. We don't have the mindset for the most part anymore in this country to attack and defend. That's a problem. That's a problem. So, Andrew Poole, I'm a truck driver that watches your channel. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. All my support goes to the truck drivers because without you guys, we don't have anything happening. And I think a lot of people don't realize that either. And okay, so here's a question. The trucker convoy, how much news coverage are we seeing on regular TV, guys? How much news coverage are we seeing? So are you seeing a whole lot of news coverage about the trucker convoy heading to Washington, D.C.? Zero? No, why not? Don't you think that the unbiased news media would be reporting on that? It's a big event that's happening. You're talking about a whole lot of trucks. You're not hearing nothing about it, not or very little, exactly, because they don't want you to. They don't want you to think about that. I'm going to tell you what. If the truckers made a decision to park all the trucks and not go anywhere, boy, wouldn't that be interesting? We would be in deep, deep crap within inside of a couple of days. Oh, it is okay. Sorry about that. Thank you, JJ, for reminding me. I see. I get flapping. I lose track of the time. Egg count time. So while we're going to do egg count, before we start that again, I'm going to ask for another thumbs up if you have not given one. We're at 653. The goal is 1,000 thumbs up today, just because why not? So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel, and I thank you ahead of time. Again, it really does help with the algorithms as well, and that's another reason why I ask. Pushes us higher up in the rankings, and it helps with YouTube, so thank you for that reason as well. Also, again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right, so we're going to give you guys a minute to get your guesses for the eggs. And if you had the same guess as Kit Carson with 6 eggs, we had 6 eggs today. What you have to understand is even though we had sunshine again today, it was extremely cold again today. We're going to start warming up here the next couple of days. Is going to actually start getting warmer, which I can't wait. I'm ready for the snow to be gone. I want to get out there. I want to get some things done outside, like fix my railing, but I'm not doing it when it's freezing cold. So, no thick neck egg today. No, she did not lay today. So, but Ammo Incorporated just donated 1 million rounds of ammo to Ukraine. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that at all. But yeah, so the chickens, they keep laying, which is good. Now I know right now, if you look at Tractor Supply and those type of places, they got the baby chicks are in stock. I would caution people, if you have chickens already, be very, very careful with the bird flu going out there. That could be one way it could be spread. I would be very careful adding new chickens into my flock. What I plan on doing, once I get settled into West Virginia with my birds, I will be doing some incubating. That's my game plan. I'm going to definitely be doing some incubating, bringing new chickens in that way. No, I'm not. Never. I tell you, I guarantee you this right now, Chewy. I will never eat thick neck. Thick neck is not going to be eaten. As long as it's not an SHTF event and she's still laying. If it's an SHTF event, let's just say all bets are off. But if we don't have a worst case scenario, then Thick Neck is going to die a very peaceful death in old age. That chicken is awesome. She is a cool chicken. But yeah, the next 2 days are supposed to be like 40s tomorrow, and then like almost 60 on Sunday here. So we'll just see what happens. But like I said, control what you can control. Keep getting ready as much as you possibly can. We don't know what kind of time frame anything is gonna happen. All we can do is focus on what we can focus. And I'm probably, be honest with you, with everything going on, I'm probably nuts to be doing what I'm doing, making a big move at this point in the game. But it's just, to me, it's the right call. It's the right thing to do at this point in time. Now, if things go belly up like in a hurry, then obviously, I will be sitting tight right here in New York. That would be a game changer, obviously. But up until that point, I'm going to keep trying to do what I can do and try to get things squared away as much as I can for down in West Virginia. I would like to be down there before anything truly horrific happens. Yeah, the underground bunker is definitely going to be something that I'm going to be working on big time down there. So, that's definitely something that will be getting worked on. Guaranteed, that's going to be worked on. So we're going to have to be very diligent when it comes to that. But right, just keep moving till you can't. You know what, Awesome Sauce? That's a great statement. I like that. Uh, you know, One of the things I keep telling people is just keep living your life, do what you got to do, and when the time comes, then it's time for us to act, not react. That's what we want to make sure we're doing. We don't want to be those people that are going to be reactive. They're not, they don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. They're running around like a chicken with their head cut off. I'm going to tell you right now, and we're going to talk about this a little bit. Your biggest threats, and I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. In an SHTF event, your biggest threats are going to be your neighbors. Number one, your family. Number two, especially if they know you prep and they don't. So those are things you really need to think about. Really need to think about. How will you move your chickens to West Virginia? I'll put them in a crate or a box of some sort and put them in the truck, and away we go. That's how they're going to go. So, but yeah, they're going just like all the cats and all the dogs and all that. Everybody's going. So, but okay. So, but anyway, I don't care how awesome your neighbors are right now, but if they don't have something like food and water and shelter where they can stay warm, and if it's cold or all those type of things, and you do, that's not fair. And they'll be willing to do whatever they need to do to get what you have. So you need to think about that. Unless you've incorporated those neighbors into your group and you come to some agreement that you're going to work together when the time comes. But again, when you have a majority of the people, once again, 93% of the people in this country, and this is just the United States I'm talking about, are not prepared for a 2-week disaster. With all the disasters that we have year after year after year after year, I cannot believe that number's not higher, because the event happens, they get through it, they get help from the government, whatever the case may be, and then they just go on living their lives like nothing ever is going to ever happen again. But the reality is something will happen again, and it's going to continue to happen again. Put yourself at an advantage. And again, it's how simple to have 2 weeks worth of food and water. That's nothing. Any of us on here that have prepped for any length of time knows 2 weeks worth of food and water is nothing. It's not a lot. It's very, very simple. It's very, very simple to do. So all you have to do is be proactive, help yourself, don't be a victim, and realize that there's going to be other people out there that are going to be jealous, petty. If they don't have it and they know you have it, that's not something you're going to want to be bragging about after an SHTF event. Well, we got plenty of food and water and we're good to go. But you want to low profile, keep your head down, don't make yourself a target. You want to appear as dirty and disheveled as everybody else. You want to appear to be hungry. If there is If they're handing out food, let's say the government is coming in and they're handing out food, you better have somebody in your family in that line. I don't care how much food you got. You do not want to appear that you have more than somebody else does, you know. But again, also be prepared to protect what you have. Be prepared to protect what you have. You know, that's something. All of our food intake is going to change after a true SHTF event, right? All of our food intake is going to change. We're going to be much more active in an SHTF event because there's going to be a lot more things going on. You're going to be a lot more active, so you're going to lose weight anyway. But you want to probably keep your caloric intake down lower. Again, you're not going to be sitting out. Somebody said, yeah, an outdoor barbecue. That's great. Yeah, it'd be smart, right? You're out there with all the chickens and you're barbecuing, and you got your barbecue sauce, and you're in your apron and your hat while your neighbors are starving. That's a really good move. Again, don't draw undue attention to yourself. That's really important. But you better be able to protect what you have. You better be ready to do that, because when that time comes, it's going to get ugly really, really quickly, really quickly. And, again, you don't want to be a victim. You're going to have the haves and the have nots, and there's a lot of very evil people out there. And again, as I have said, and I will continue to say, the most dangerous person in an SHTF event, the most dangerous person is someone who is desperate and scared. Desperate and scared. Those are the two factors that you got to have. And that is the most unstable and scary person in an SHTF event, because they have nothing to lose. So if they think that you have something and you're not sharing it with them, they may be coming after you. So you better be ready to do what you need to do to make sure that you can protect your family. I will tell you right now, for me, my family, my group, the people that are involved with me are the people that I'm going to watch out for. I don't care, it's not that I don't care, but I'm going to pick and choose who I help other than that. And so you better be ready, and the people around you better be ready to do what is necessary to make sure somebody doesn't come in and take what you have, because they will come. They will absolutely come. And if you have a large enough group that you can defend yourselves, you make it very, very difficult. And what'll happen, and 9 times out of 10, you will have, like, say you got a group, and let's say your group is 30 people, right? But here's the difference, and I want you to think about this. You've got a group of 30 people, obviously collective mix, men, women, and children. So let's say out of that 30, you have 20 that know how to handle firearms, know how to defend themselves, and that type of stuff. I don't care if that kid's 12 years old, he better know how to handle himself. Grandma better know how to handle herself, okay? All those type of things. But if you have a group of 100 coming, right? Here's the difference, and I want you to think about this. Here you are over here, you're rested, you're well fed, you're not stressed out other than the normal everyday anxieties, and you're thinking clearly. Now you have this group of 100 that are coming that are tired. There's probably sickness running rampant through that group. They're not eating enough, so their mind is not clear, and they're desperate and they're hungry. If you put up a good attack on them, generally that group is going to go, nope, we're getting too many losses. We're going to move on down to easier targets, because there's easier targets out there than your group. And that's what you need to do. And that's what your mindset should be. All right. And so that's what you need to think about. So just putting that out there. You do what is necessary to protect the people that you care about and stuff like that, because not only are they going to go after your food and your supplies, they're going to go after your women. Now, I had somebody got all pissed off at me. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to clarify this, and so it's very, very clear. I had said in a comment, my women, okay? And somebody said, they're not your women. No, they are my women. My daughter, my mother, my sister, my niece, they are my women. I will give my life to protect those women. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. That's my job. That's what I will do. So, yeah, they are my women. And it doesn't mean I own them, because I don't own them, but they are somebody that I will do whatever's necessary to make sure that they are safe. So that's what I mean when I say my women. So there's the clarification. And if that person doesn't like it, I really don't care. Honestly, I really don't. So, but anyway, I digress. So what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to do some shout outs for other channels. We're at 750 on the thumbs up. We're almost at 1100 in the chat. Again, we're shooting for 1,000 thumbs up today. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so. Let's see if we can get that at 1,000 number. We got like 20 minutes, and I know we can hit 1,000. There's no reason why we shouldn't. So if you have not shot a thumbs up, and please do so to show support for the channel. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithms. So I thank you for that reason as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So I'm going to give a different shout out tonight, because I hadn't given this shout out before. And I had not watched the channel before. And so City Prepper, I just watched a couple of his videos today. Very informative. I had actually not heard of him. Somebody had said, why don't you like City Prepper? I had no idea who City Prepper was. You got to understand, there's a lot of channels out there, a lot of channels. So I went today and I looked at City Prepper's videos. Really good channel. He would definitely be somebody that I would recommend as well. So go over there, check him out, subscribe, let him know the Prepper Nurse 1 sent you over. Again, a lot of these channels, guys, have no idea who I am, I'm sure. Some do. Marfugal News. Marfugal News knows who I am. I've been on his show about 3 times. Great guy, Adam and Dax. That is definitely one that I highly recommend as well. Good people, okay? So definitely go show them some love as well. You have Doug and Stacy is another really nice channel. You have Bush Radical and his wife, Girl in the Woods. Never talked to them, have never had any kind of interaction with them, but I really like both of their channels, husband and wife. They have a lot of great information as well. Definitely go show them some support as well. You have Wranglestar. Is another. I've never talked to Wranglestar, but he's got a great channel, and I absolutely will always, if I like a channel, I'm going to tell you I like a channel. If I haven't seen a channel before, I will tell you that too. You have Bushcraft Bear in the Canary Islands in La Palma, another really good channel. A lot of good information. He was given twice a day updates when the volcano was going on over there. So definitely go show him some support. Ryan Hall, y'all gotta love him with the weather. Really good weatherman. I like him as well. Awesome channel. You have up in Canada, we have going blank, Canadian Prepper up there with some great information all the time with his channel. Definitely check him out as well. You also have Sean James with the Sean James channel, and also My Self Reliance. It's 2 different channels, but the same guy. Really good dude. Definitely he's building a cabin in the woods, and so I always like watching his stuff. And really good, very skilled, unbelievable builder. I wish I had his skills. I'll be honest with you. I wish I did. But also, you got him. You have my buddy Icky Can is also in Canada. You have North Shore Preparedness is also in Canada. Let's show him some support as well. You have Alaskan Granny is out there. You also have Alaskan Prepper, another really great channel. Highly recommend his channel as well. Pinball Preparedness, love his channel as well. I went down to his get-together last year in Knoxville because I was down in West Virginia there. It was about 4 hours away from my location down there. Really good get-together, a lot of fun, very enjoyable time. You have Green Greg's, another great channel. Gray Man Prepping is another great channel. You have Southern Prepper 1, fantastic channel there too. You have Kyle's Cabin, which is a young couple making it out there. They're awesome as well. Also, you have the Nomadic Movement down in Panama. They're a really nice couple as well, another young couple. You have the Green Dream Project is another younger couple, and they're doing their thing out in Arizona. You have Magic Prepper in North Dakota is another great channel. Bjorn Hansen, Bull Bjorn Hansen is another really good channel. You have Corporal's Corner, which is a great channel as well. You have, there's so many channels, guys. It's like trying to remember everything. And again, I know I should write down a list. You have Survival Lily. There is, oh gosh, 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. You have Bizariza Jizza, who is here also in New York, up by Rochester. So I'm putting out prep tips right now on my channel. So there you go, 80K Man, guys. Go show him some love and some support over there. I would appreciate that if you would do that. There's a lot of different information out there. There's a lot of channels out there that we could be watching, that it just gives you a different view, a different look. People look at things differently, and I think that that's a good thing to do. I do believe we should be supporting each other. Yep, Busy Rizage is a new chapter of the Carrington Chronicles coming Sunday at 9 a.m. There you go, guys. Definitely go show him some support. That's his second stories. Is this Chronicles, or he had did another one before. Watch the first one in its entirety, really good information, and now watch this one as well. There's a lot of good information that you can pick up from those, and so like I said, let's just keep showing some support for everybody. I think it's important that we work together, that we try to help each other out. You have St. Bernard Acres with Joe. I know Joe personally, and so he's doing his thing. Even though he lives in West Virginia and he's doing his thing in Ohio. So another, he's got a lot of stuff that he's showing there. So definitely go check him out as well. Prepper Princess is another one. Yes, she's got a good channel. There's a lot of great channels out there, a lot of different ways of looking at stuff. And so, I think we should, like I said, again, we should all be supporting each other. It's really, really important to do so. Okay. So anyway, so that's it for the shout outs. Okay. No more shout outs today. So, what are we at? 844 and a thumbs up. So we need another 166 thumbs up, guys. Let's hit that 1,000 number on a thumbs up. All right. So if you haven't done so yet, let's keep that going. All right. So crazy stuff going on in the world. Things are getting ridiculously expensive. It is getting very, very tough. Make sure you have plenty of fresh water available to you. Make sure you have ways to purify water when the time comes, especially if you have to be. The thing, bugging out and bugging in, that's the tough question, right? So if you've made the decision to bug out, and you better have a destination in mind where you're going. Hopefully, it is where you have going to meet up with like-minded people, and you have a plan in place to work together. I will be doing that down in West Virginia. That is my game plan in West Virginia, is to have my property be a bug out location for like-minded people. We're going to be doing a get together for that purpose in April of this year. And so if you are interested and you want to be part of my bug out group in West Virginia, you need to contact me. Shoot me an email. Also, preppernurse1@yahoo.com. Send me an email. Give me your phone number. I will call you. We will talk. I'll give you all the details there. Okay. But I already have had a lot of people reach out to me. It's gonna be, like I said, it's you. If you have to bug out, you better have a plan. You better have some place that you're going, and you know what you're doing, because it can get really sketchy really, really quickly. So that is something that you need to think about. You may have to bug out when you don't want to bug out, depending on your situation. Slim Shady 70, I sent you an email last week. Send me another one, man. Send me another one and say bug out. Put bug out as the title, and I will look for it. Okay. If I didn't call you back, I'm sorry. I get a lot of emails. So again, when you send that email, make sure you send me your phone number, and I'll call you. So, but anyway, if you plan on bugging in, you better pay attention to what's around you, who's around you, what your game plan is. Always be prepared that if you have to bug out, be prepared to bug out. You definitely should have caches stashed away, buried, hidden away. All 4 locations. When I say east, north, west, and south, whatever way you got to go, maybe your plan was, we're heading south, we're going south. Well, maybe the attack or whatever's happening is coming from the south, and you may not be able to go that way. So you may have to go east or west first and then circle around. But whatever location you're going, or whatever direction, having extra supplies set in place somewhere, buried, safe, so that if you get there, you dig it up and you got extra food, extra ammo, water purification, extra clothing, extra tools, a tarp, a blanket, wool socks, whatever the case may be. Have those in different locations so that if you have to get out of Dodge in a hurry and you have time to grab your rifle, a pistol, your pack, and run out the door, you can say, okay, if I get here, I know I got a cache set up, set aside, and I can do what I need to do. Those are things you got to think about. You really, really do. Um, Again, this was my bug out location here in New York. This is where I was planning on making my stand no matter what. Um, I know moving forward, my new location is obviously going to be in West Virginia. It's logistically better for me and my family. I have more acreage. It is more isolated, and those type of things. Hello, baby. Hello. I know. How are you? You a good girl? Yes, you're a good girl. So I'll have to show you. Hold on. There she is. There's the baby. So you heard her. She was being very vocal. Actually, Heather is out and about right now. She had a date this evening, so she is not home. So, but anyway, cats. I don't see any cats. You can't even see Lucy's up in the box, but you can't see him, and I don't know where Max is right now. So Max actually might be outside. So, all right. So sorry about no cat sighting tonight. There usually, if I'm up here on the bed and I'm chilling, I usually have 2, 3 cats up here with me. So, but Molly's over somewhere sleeping. She was in the house. No, actually, Molly's outside. Molly went out. You have Stella's here someplace. She's sleeping somewhere. But yeah, they spread out. So anyway, what are we at? 879. So we need 121 more thumbs up to hit that 1,000. So that's the goal. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up, please do so. Let's see if we can get that. Let's see if we can get that up to 1,000 before we jump off here tonight. We got about 10 more minutes to go. So again, if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, please do so. Let's get that up over 1,000 just for fun, just because it's a big number, right? So, one of the things too, guys, I want to, like I said, if you plan on bugging in, like I said, have your game plan, be ready. If you got to board up windows, again, you want to keep a low profile as much as you possibly can. That's what you got to do. But if you have to get out of Dodge, please have some kind of plan. Have some kind of plan. I've talked with a lot of different people. I have other options that if either in New York, if I'm in New York, or if I have to go to West Virginia, I have places that I can go that I can have safe harbor, that I know that people are going to say, hey, okay, yeah, man, come on in, you're good, and stuff like that. So, those are things that you got to think about too. Always have a game plan. Have plan A, B, C, and D, because you never know. You never know. All right, so let's do We Are Legion. We are Legion because we are many. We are all over the world. We're all over the country. We're a huge network of people. We're a big family. In the good legion, not the one bad example in the Bible of a bad legion, we're a good legion, like a Roman legion, the American legion. We're a good legion. Where is everybody from tonight? So we have Western Iowa, Southwest Oklahoma, Christmas Valley, Oregon, Melbourne, Australia with Phillips. All right, my friend, there you are. Central Pennsylvania, Morocco. Very, very cool. If that's true, that's awesome. Tucson, Arizona, Navajo Nation in Arizona. Very cool. Fort Worth, Texas, Colorado, New Mexico, Verone, BC, Canada, Washington, D.C., Middle Georgia, Leesburg, Florida, Western New York, Sullivan, Indiana, Somerset, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Colorado, Georgia, Darlington, South Carolina, Kentucky, Nowhere, Oklahoma, very nice, Connecticut, Ulster Park, New York, uh, East Central Illinois, Florida, Trenton, Florida, Keating, Ohio, the Adirondacks, Littleton, New Hampshire, Mississippi, Massachusetts, Waterloo, New York, Minnesota, Southwest Florida, Kentucky, uh, Western Iowa, Greece, New York. Used to live in Greece, New York for many, many years. North Highlands of California, Mississippi, Waterloo, New York, Southwest Florida, Salem, Oregon, We have Alpena, Michigan, Wyoming, East Texas, Maryland, Ontario, Canada, uh, Snohomish, Washington. I probably said that wrong. I apologize. We have Washington State. Let's see, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania Wilds, Southern Germany. Very nice. Welcome. Alabama, the Big Easy, which would be Louisiana. St. Augustine, Florida. Baltimore, uh, Winchester, Virginia, Daytona Beach, very nice. Love it down there, beautiful. We have Maine, uh, Tulare, California, Tulare. Okay, that's how you say it. All right, Tulare, California, Omaha, Nebraska, another California. We have Virginia's in the house. Odia, Wisconsin. I probably said that wrong. I apologize. West Tennessee, Central New York, Massachusetts, Raleigh, North Carolina, Central Iowa, St. Augustine, Texas, Bay City, Michigan. Let's see, Central West Texas, Kentucky, Campbell, Missouri. So again, guys, all over the country, all over the world, we're a huge network of people. We're all over the place. We have Sarasota, New York. The UK is in the house as well. Welcome, glad to have you here. Buffalo, New York, Temple, Pennsylvania, Valley Mills, Texas. Again, we're a huge network. We're a huge family. We're all over the place. We're all over the country. And we are the ones, guys. We have Spain is in the house. Very nice. We're the ones that can make a difference now. And we're the ones that can make a difference in a post event because with our knowledge and we can share that knowledge and we can help people, I think that is important that we do so. You know, just sharing what we know and how to survive is going to make a difference for some people. I think that that is important, and I think we should try to do that as much as we can. So what are we at 923? So we need 77 more thumbs up to hit that 1,000. Can we do it? Running out of time. We need 77 more thumbs up, guys. Let's see if we can hit that 1,000 thumbs up number. The eggs, you missed it, Pam. It was 6 eggs today. We had 6 eggs today. So let's see if we can hit that 1,000 thumbs up, and I would appreciate that. Again, guys, just control what you can control. Take care of your people. Take care of your families. Prep. Don't stop prepping because remember, again, gas is never going to be cheaper. Food is never going to be cheaper. Any supplies that you're trying to get or thinking about getting, they're never going to be cheaper than they are right now. So do what you can do to stock up. Keep prepping. If you got to go to food pantries, do it. Do what you have to do. You know, I've had somebody in a comment, not in the chat, but in today's video, they said that they dumpster dive at the grocery stores, and that happens. And you know what? There's food that's thrown away every day. It's so much waste. It's terrible. There's so much waste, but that happens constantly. Should we not pay rent? No, you should pay your rent. You should pay your rent. You pay your rent until something major happens, and then then it's not a concern anymore. So I would continue to pay your bills. 7.62 rounds are the most common ammo you can get. There's a lot of things that you should be getting as far as ammo goes, guys, because what you got to understand is this. When the time comes, there will be a lot of these different type of mag or weapons on the ground that you will be picking up. So I would recommend 9mm, 223, 45 ammo, also 7.62 times 39, 22 shotgun shells. Definitely those things. Yeah, the 7.62 only works if you have that rifle. Exactly. But again, when the time comes, guys, they will be all over the ground. So you're going to be able to pick them up. So, you know, on payday, what do you pick up? I'll be honest with you. I prep right along all month long. You know, I keep adding ammo. I think it's important to do so. Again, you better be able to protect what you have, and I think that that is important to do so. So just keep doing what you can do. When the time comes, we're gonna all have to realize that it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly really, really quickly, especially when you have people realize how bad things are gonna get. So, what are we at 971? So we need 29 more thumbs up here, guys. So first of all, so keep the thumbs up coming. Let's hit that 1,000 before we jump off of here. But I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate you all very much. Being in here, stream after stream, taking care of business, you're very much appreciated. Also, I want to thank all of you guys for being here, showing support for the channel. That's also very much appreciated. We have great chats, and I do appreciate, everybody's with the comments and the questions. Obviously, I cannot get to everybody's question. I wish I could, but I can't. So I appreciate, you guys being here, showing support as well. So thank you for doing that as well. Uh, Remember, guys, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that out, we're going to be in such better shape. There's so much that we could accomplish if we work together. It's unbelievable that we have issues constantly when there a lot of things are very, very solvable. A lot of things are things that we can take care of and take care of each other, but people don't. And that's sad. That is very, very sad. But remember, don't let them divide us over race, religion, political affiliation, the vax, the unvaxxed. These are all tools to keep us separated. So we just hit 1,000. That's cool. That's awesome. So thank you guys for doing that too. That's really cool. Uh, again, if we come together, there's no stopping us. You look at the trucker convoy that's coming on right now, heading to Washington, D.C. They're crapping their pants because they're coming, because they don't know what's going to happen with that. That's a good thing. Make them think. Make them think. And I think that that's a good thing to do. Also, remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important to tell the people that you care about every single day how you feel. So very important. Life is so short, and we just never know. Also, remember, guys, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you were trying to do, if you work methodically towards that goal, you can accomplish anything that you want to accomplish. The only person that can stop you from achieving your goals is you. If you set realistic goals and then you set about to making them happen, don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. Follow your heart, follow those goals and those dreams, and you're going to be just fine. All right. So think about that. That's really, really important. Again, I hope everybody's doing well. I know it's a scary time. Stay focused. Again, control what you can control, and that's what I'm going to hope for all of us. Hopefully, we do not have World War III happening here. That would be horrible. Um, that would be horrible. So, anyway, guys, I will see you all tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great weekend. And Prepper Nurse One out for now. Bye.